what's going to happen in that lane or how they propose it. We'll see. I also wanted to mention that for the Pango versus Clock matchup, that matchup is not as strong for the Clock if the Pango goes mid with a current build for two reasons. The Pango mid, the Fusel, of course, is actually a big nuisance to the Clockwork, who doesn't go for mana items. But then going for the Blink Dagger early as well is a big deal against Clockwork. Harder to cancel the Pango with the hook shot if you can just blink into the fight right afterwards and shield crash out of your cogs. And when the Pango goes mid, he always, or lately in general, he's always been going for the 2.5 shield crash CD and ball, which means you always get out of those cogs, at least in 2.5 seconds. So it's not really that big a deal. The Clockwork gets the cogs and blocks your way because you can just literally bounce out of them. So I feel like Nico's going to have a pretty good game as well. I also think it's a pretty great Pango game. In general, Match Community this game, kind of OP for 5RATFORCESTAFF, however basic that sounds, and they abused it with Pango and Jug.
Yep. It's going to be a while until Dragon Soul here on the Tiny is really going to be able to, do Drow or do TB things versus like this Jug, spinning Jug and versus the rolling Pango. Eventually he will have damage once he gets, like, I don't know, Echo Saber and the Daedalus online perhaps, right? Like he's pretty ridiculous of a hero, or maybe just the Silver Edge, but that will be slow, and that's not really the timing you like to play Tiny for. So here's spin top, Thana. Thinking about going for it. Has Brown Boots speed. Battery Assault is going to end up wearing off, though.
I mean, as a carry, you are forced to play the Tiny in that tempo, right? Unfortunately. Because your first 20 minutes is a team trying to create space for you. And that's where Stratyk's lineup is good. Like, as a lineup itself, if you don't look at the enemy team, it's a good lineup. You have a really good team to make space for your Tiny. Dark, I mean, you could argue that Void Spirit's a bit slower. Out of all the spirits, he definitely needs more items to scale with damage. But he does gank relatively early, so it's not that bad. But the Jug has this thing where if you don't have a Lotus Orb carrier in your team, by the moment that his Omnislash deals too much damage, you just ignore the Tiny. And it's irrelevant to you whether the Tiny has damage or not, because you're not going to hurt, like, you're not going to be vulnerable when he hits you. You just Omni him immediately, and there's no way they stun you for long enough for you to die during the first initial jump of the time.
Yep. Yeah, I guess it's a pretty good lineup as long as you go, all right, guys, good lineup, sick. It's a lot of magic damage. You guys banned a Lifestealer and Jug, right? Right? And here he is.
Or a Pango as well, right? Like, there's another freebie.
So they might get Albino Zebra for free. Spin at least is going to keep Thana at bay.
I guess Fairy Fire, Magic Stick, and an Aphotic Shield. I think Albino Zebra's fine. It is a strong lane against the Abaddon, though. I mean, he has to be careful not to feed, because you kind of give a free lane to the Jug, so if they're gonna go for the 5 the whole time, right? So it's okay for him to harass Thana and stuff when the Battery Assault is not active, yeah, but when it's active, run. Just like that. I mean, he gets back to the lane, right? But if he had Iron Shell there, he might have died, so Albino Zebra, careful with your positioning there. No need to give any extra space to this Darkseer Clockwork, because they could snowball. And Jug is he's a good hero against Darkseer early, but getting illusions of him later is pretty useful. So yep. he definitely goes for stats and stuff like that. So it's definitely not a hero that you want to let Darkseer farm against.
Edgy hero with casually, probably the second best crit, maybe the third. The second best non-ultimate crit in the game, I'll say. Mortal Strike probably still the best one. Yeah, I mean, Mortal Strike is just too good, right?
I'd say now, unfortunately, Chaos Knight beats that as well.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, it's just really good. It's been getting perma-buffed, right?
Yeah.
CK's pretty great. But Jug does have a better BAT than CK, which allows for more crits. So that's one of the biggest assets to me of the Juggernaut with the Darkseer. You copy that beautiful BAT, and usually Jugs go for stats. Stats are attack speed. Like, you don't go for raw damage on Jug as a hero.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's because your attack speed's already pretty decent, right? Especially compared to a CK who needs to use the ulti. I guess if, like, for a Darkseer or a Grimstroke, Jug's pretty up there. He'd be pretty up there. It's not amazing.
Yeah, Agi carries, right?
Yeah, Agi carry. He's no Medusa, he's no Luna, but he's alright.
Yeah, exactly, right? He's not the super hard carry. He relies much more on his skills, for sure. And there's Albino Zebra feeding the first blood. Again, these plays are fine. I understand that you want to save the lane equilibrium, but they have kill threat against you. Only Jug is okay this lane. Your Aphotic Shield doesn't do enough, or anything really, against these two.
Yeah, and they end up giving that to Curtin Kelle, who's now going to be up to level 3. So this level 2 Ion Shell, usually quite a big turning point in these Darkseer lanes.
Oh, nice Dragon Soul.
because
Sorry.
no, you're good. Because I mean, just a lot of damage. The second value point in Ion Shell ends up hurting a lot. Jug, you know, he does have the spin to get out of a pinch, but he doesn't want to use it to casually just nuke the wave. But a nice little bit of playing with the creep there, and Stratyk ends up underneath the tier 1 tower. He's gonna very quickly realize he needs to TP away from that one.
Yeah, I think it was planned, like, to just push the wave as much as possible, because he knows he can't really compete in this lane. Like, all they can do is really drag the wave, right? Because if he went for the level 2 vacuum, which is usually the build for Darkseer. I don't know if that's the best build against a Jug, though, because now he's constantly going to have kill potential against you to reach the level 4, right?
Giant throws the bushwhack nice. Perfectly, and that's going to be a big ol' level 3 swashbuckle. Red 2, of course, going through him for that 5th hit, and easily securing the kill. Plenty of burst damage early on the mid lane Pango.
That was a very good bushwhack. And against Void Spirit, bushwhack is a terrible projectile. I'll mention this every game. So slow. Probably the slowest projectile stun in the game.
Got a really good
area.
range, but makes it hard to land.
Yes, exactly. And against Spirits, usually that sucks, right? But against Void Spirit, until he gets that Astral Step, super easy. Super easy, because it simply gives you 1 whole second to set it up. Thane in the top lane. DNM doesn't quite get enough damage, but very close to it. And that's where the Surge really would come into play. But Vacuum allows you to be more aggressive, and that's what they were hoping for. They're healing from Albino Zebra, no points in Curses of Avernus, so they can't really kill Thana, and Albino Zebra will have to retreat.
Radiant structures
Dual null tally build here for the offlane Darkseer. Imagine he's got like boots or something on the way. It's Thana being kept at bay by Albino Zebra. Mid lane, Nico is going to be first to level 6, but the kill is actually down bottom. Where with the level 2 Sandstorm, Lil Nick and Giant string together a kill there onto Raza. Nico's maybe just playing with him a little bit. Keep hearing him channel up this, or not channel, but you know, start the Rolling Thunder. Top DNM, giving chase to Thana, but the Surge here will get him out. Raquel. Oh, very good cogs there. Unfortunately for Thana, that's going to end up killing him as it locks DNM inside. But at least it avoids the level 2 spin damage onto the Darkseer. As there's going to be some action mid lane over these first power runes, likely.
I wonder if that was going to kill him, if he spinned right on him, because he was TPing right there. I'm not sure. Could have been really close. So I guess Clock decides to play the sacrificial card. Or not, I don't know if that was intentional either. Who takes the runes is going to be double damage for AMB.
A little bit scary. He's about to hit level 6, so he could look to potentially gank with this. It's not showing on the map right now, and he's going to TP top, where Kurtzengel has died.
Raza. That feels like the Clockwork to sacrifice himself for nothing. DNM does die afterwards. Raza is going to fall in the bottom lane, as in the top lane, thanks to AMP's rotation. They get DNM, and now hoping to finish off Albino Zebra, who's still level 4. No borrowed time, which means dead of battle. Bottom though. Oh wow, that was perfect. Oh my god, Lil Nick, you should have trusted your teammate there. He actually didn't. He didn't believe Giant could get that bushwhack.
I didn't believe he could get it either.
Charged.
That Tiny got pulled so far.
Yeah, that was great. You can tell it's a hoodwink player when they do those things, honestly. It's really impressive. Because even the edge of the AoE is kind of... it's kind of tricky. There's actually even... It goes beyond the AoE sometimes because of how the animation works and everything. Just barely. You gotta have to just nick them when they're very close. Yes, Lil nick them, exactly. And it pulls them back. And the farther you pull them, of course, the worse it is for the Tiny, or in general.
Zebra top lane. He's gonna end up finding the Darkseer and the Clockwork, but he's got himself Tango to cut down the tree, so he should be safely away. Yeah, he's alright. DNM also has Omni Slash. Might just throw it here onto the Clockwork. Oh, he certainly will. No, it doesn't even need to, actually. Nico's TP, and he's going back mid lane immediately. Decides that he's actually not needed here. That was the most curious rotation from a mid laner I think I've seen in a while.
Yeah, he's trying to mirror like Void Spirit a bit, or rather than mirror, sorry. He's trying to set tempo, right, with his Pango, so that he doesn't have to mirror the Void Spirit. I think if Void Spirit goes in, he's a bit too fast with his mobility. You have to set up Rolling Thunder, Swashbuckle, and Shield Crash. Void Spirit's a bit stronger early, and so Nico's is doing a good job of controlling tempo right now. I think it's okay to fail these rotations as well. Raza, he's gonna die. Yeah, because as long as you're setting pressure and you're making it so it's difficult for them to go against you, you're okay. Yes, Swashbuckle. You can get out of the cogs with Swashbuckle. You also didn't even hit the cogs on the way out. Well done.
Bottom lane, Lil Nick as well.
Oh, he's going for it.
Oh, go ahead.
Nico's going for arcanes. Oh, wow. That's interesting.
Guess he wants to keep up the spam early. Normally it's just straight to the defusal, isn't it?
It must be the lack of Coddle, honestly. Must be he thinks that without Coddle, he feels like he needs that extra mana. Which is fair enough, by the way. Pango certainly has mana problems. Even with Arcane Boots, you actually are not allowed to go for the Swashbuckle Slash range, which is by far the better talent.
For top lane, it's only level 5 here. Wall of Replicas can be dropped on top of him. He's actually getting himself his own Curse of Avernus. Ooh, the Omni bounces on over the illusions. Does get back on a Kurtz and Kel, but enough damage to simply TP away. Red 2 at the very least should stop Raza in his tracks. He is kind of caught in not the best pinball zone, but not the worst one either, as Red 2 will clean him up. It seems like D&M has managed to run down the Clockwork, so it's at least a 2 for 1. But the Darkseer is a bit lucky there to be able to escape.
Can't lie though, that play by the Jug was a bit weird, but then I checked and Blade Fury was obviously on cooldown. That's why he didn't use that. That would have been much more damage, and he just felt kind of like I have to click some button. You know, Jug alone is not good enough. He did go for 2 points in the crit, so he should have gotten a bit luckier there. But there were just too many units in the area. There's no way Omni Slash was good enough there.
Small camp illusions, a little bit rough for him.
Yeah, exactly.
Slightly unlucky.
Yeah.
AMB not rotating over to that fight. However, we'll see here what he wants to look for. Nick is. Yep, he's just got his blink delivered actually, and immediately scouted there by Raza. Nick's gonna walk up to him and just really show him the blink dagger. Nico ready to fight. There's gonna be another Burrow Strike, but a very nice dissemblate here. He's gonna bait them all out. So they only get Feyna here for only one ultimate. The blink reveal not perfect from Lil Nick. I think has gotten every single power. No, Nico did get the last regen rune. He's got 3 other runes, I believe. Or just 2 of them, because only 3 have spawned.
Nico's gonna... I mean, it sucks being a Pango because you really can't force this objective, even with over corrosion. You kind of rely on the catapult a little bit, and he's gonna get killed. So all Nico can do is really rotate here. He understands. There's not much push in his team. I guess the Abaddon somewhat, but you need the Jug to rotate with you.
Yeah, Kurtz and Kel just drops the wall of Replica top lane. I think he wants to keep D&M from the wagon, and it'll be mildly successful, but Lil Nick's here to close the gap with the Blink Dagger, Sandstorm into the spin, got the Surge already used. Easy pickings here on the docks here, and the tier 1 tower saved.
Yeah, also, you know what's range can hit the wagon and it does not get copied by the wall replica?
And does 150% damage.
I feel like that was a weird thing. If you can't stay there, right, to take the tower hits. Anyway, they're gonna go here for the Grimstroke. They got a good hook shot. But that hook shot, oh, it is enough to save Raza. D&M a bit scared towards the end. A and B actually rotates here. Raza is dead finally to the Pangolier. Nico, does he have Rolling Thunder? He does. Omnislash gets used. And Dragon Soul's gonna get destroyed here by the Rolling Thunder. Buster Burrow Strike hitting 2. Now the Rolling Thunder. Oh god, disconnect. The Rolling Thunder hit the Darkseer. I don't think he has another bunk though. I think Darkseer's getting away, so it's time to leave.
Darkseer has a level 1 vacuum. Maxed Ion Shell here at level 7. And
Blade Fury in 1 second though.
The 1 point in Surge. The Ancients as well are coming out for a little bit of a brawl. These guys do a bit of damage. Careful here.
Oh, yeah. But it's good that Abaddon actually decided to tank them now.
Yep.
Because that way Jug won't die. I think with Blade Fury he gets away here because there's no more clock to stop him,
yeah.
Right?
Void Spirits use basically all of his spells. He only has the Void Remnant.
Oh, yeah. He's out of Astral Steps. Yeah, he's getting out.
Yeah, I think he gets away.
Maybe... if they had him pause, he might not be getting out because he might have dived. Because you know that moment where you guys get caught up in the moment, you're like, you know what, I'll dive, yeah, we can get more kills.
Wouldn't have been a bad moment either. I mean, unknown to them for now, because it's really hard to tell when supports have buyback early. There's no buyback on the supports. You know, an early clock buyback right now, if you dive at tier 2, could be quite punishing, as AMB is going to give them the G. 5RAT's going to get going here in just a second. But yeah, I do think everyone makes it out alive here. I don't think they go diving any further.
Yep, I think you're correct there. Please reconnect your camera. The admins are on point here, man. The admins are on point. State the reason for the pause. Reconnect your camera. That's an interesting point. I'm assuming if they're...
just unfair.
According to the rules, if you don't have a cam, you get a penalty. So maybe that's just what they have to incur.
Yeah, it's usually a giraffe penalty, which incurs one additional level every single game. So I suppose starting from game 2.
Oh right, so
I suppose it would be a level
If
1
you-
penalty for game 2 against.
Right, and then if there was a game 3 and he still had no cam, there'd be a level 2 penalty. Is that what my
I
understanding
believe
is?
that's how I've seen these things operate. Yes, of course, I'm not an admin, so don't take me at my word. In fact, never take me at my word. I'm just simply a caster. I exist only to delay the start of Dota 2 lobbies. So you should never believe me.
You don't delay the Dota 2 lobbies themselves, right? That's the admin's fault. What you do is you threaten the players so they're not ready in time, right?
Well, that's what you do in essay. But that's something unique to you. Because you can say, I'm going to mistranslate you in the interviews if you do not join the lobby on time.
Oh, right. I mean, yeah, sure, that's what I do. It has nothing to do with physical threats. No, that would be crazy.
Well, because you're like a wet noodle.
Yeah, exactly. And also because it's not like I would know that a hitman in Peru is like really cheap. Honestly, does not cost what a. I think my casting salary can afford that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I would hope so. I think the game on the Steam market is quite cheap over there, due to the currency exchange rate. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, have you ever wondered why Oscar keeps still after a whole 8 months spamming my line in games? Do you think it's because he likes me? Okay. You know, if you have someone's mom in the basement, the line gets spammed. It's just kind of how it works. It's casting economics, really.
I mean, I believe in essay they call it communication issues, right? When the line gets bad.
Classic, right? Nah, they haven't developed. They never watched TI7 True Sight, so they don't know what clear comms means. That's kind of the issue, really.
Looking through our early items, might as well, right? You know, there's already a 5K network lead building for the.
Pause time.
Well, you know, I mean, let's look at this graph, and now.
Oh yeah, graph.
Let's look at items. 5K net worth.
You wanna go cosmetics next?
Are these? I mean, is this significant? Are these like actual full items? The diffusal is online relatively soon. This recipe pretty expensive these days, though. Even though, of course, I think the item overall got cheaper. Yeah. Yep. So Pango, once he has that online, that's going to be a pretty big deal for him. Casual Javelin for Jug, I imagine into Maelstrom, which he has the money for after this fight. So that's pretty big. Big farming item for Jug.
And then failed to score for the Hoodwink, which is interesting. I'm surprised by that. I guess a way to boost up your combo with Sanking.
Yeah.
I also like the build for Sanking a lot, by the way. Lil Nick went for the Blink Dagger first, and then the Boots of Travel. I think Boots of Travel was the build for Sanking for forever in the offlane. And in the beginning of the patch, when people were trying to play it more greedy, it was more viable. But as the patch went on and people started to play like faster and faster, you started to see more Sankings going for the Blink Dagger as first item, and then deviating to Boots of Travel. And you can even see the Bracer and Null Talisman, which I love this build, going for one of each. Null is actually so good on strength heroes. Like, one single Null does so much for the hero's mana pool.
226 Omni kills. Juggernaut. What would be your least favorite ancient camp to stumble upon in the woods?
Like in real life?
Yes,
or
in real life, of course. Don't be silly.
Oh, okay. I mean, the dragons one would be pretty bad because I'm dying, and I'm dying no matter what catches me, right? So that's my given. But the dragons one would make me realize that that's what dragons look like, and I like dragons. And like, you know, to die acknowledging that my culture, which is like really based around dragons, has been based around these derpy dumb creatures the whole time. I mean, that would be pretty disappointing, you know? It'd be like a hit in the emotional heart on top of the real heart.
Yes, on top of the real heart, the emotional heart.
Yeah. So, I don't know. What about yours? What would be yours?
The Prowlers, for sure.
Oh, right, but those don't count anymore. Those don't exist anymore.
Well, that would be the scary part, right? I can't even run from the past in Dota 2 anymore. They all catch up to me.
Oops. Right, yeah, it's the realization that like life is stuck in patch like 720 or something like that, you know, and that would suck, right? Yeah.
Wouldn't want that.
I can see that. Are you scared of them rooting you particularly, or are you scared because they're just weird creatures?
What did didn't they have 0% magic resist, right?
Yeah, that was one of the things.
They had like 27 armor.
Is that what would scare you, that they don't have magic resist?
Yeah, I believe so. I can't cast a spell on them. I can't use my
Oh, you can't,
my
right?
wits, and I can't charm them. That's how I get out of all my situations.
No, but you can, because they have no magic resist. So if anything, these are the ones that are weak to your magic.
Oh, that's right. Very true.
Yeah.
And I'm not scared of those. I'm scared of these new Ice Ogre guys.
Right. The Ice Ogre guys. Yeah, they're scary too. They're pretty. I mean, the ancient Ice Shaman looks straight up from a horror movie. You know.
Yeah.
You know those horror movies where they're lazy with a design. They're like, we're just gonna put a mask on a guy and he's gonna be scary now. And then the director comes out and the director's cut. He goes, "We thought the fear of the unknown was more important than actually designing a monster." And you're like, mate, just say that you've lost budget halfway through and you just stuck a mask on it. Be honest about it. And that's what the design looks like to me. The body is well done though. It reminds me of Crossroads.
Crossroads.
Or I don't know if it was Crossroads. It's a series of movies where they decided that at first it was just like normal people being cannibals, and then as the series progressed, they turned into trolls for some reason. I guess over generations of being cannibals and only being like 5 people who reproduced, in the same forest, I assuming they turned into trolls.
Well, I think it's less of a literal thing and more of like an artistic thing, where like when you gaze into the void, the void gazes into you also, kind of thing, right? Where if you eat,
turning into trolls.
well,
thing?
if you eat humans, you lose your humanity. You know what I mean?
Nah, I'm pretty sure the whole movie's supposed to be a documentary of my royal family. I don't think it has anything to do with the.
All right, Dragon Soul, open the camera. Seems like we are.
I wonder what that means. By the way, does that mean turned it on? Is that something that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's it's like.
Okay, ready, then go.
Don't you say like abre la luz or something, right, in Spanish?
I do say open lights. Open lights, but you only open the lights. There's no other part of technology that you open, right? It's only the lights.
That's true.
You not say open the lights?
Because you don't even say open the stove. You say turn on the stove.
Yeah, turn on everything, but you open the lights.
But like you literally open the stove, so you let the gas out. What's up with that, Spanish? Huh?
Well, I don't know. To me, opening always implies the idea that you're opening an object, right? But the lights, you're obviously open. How else does the light come out of a light bulb? You let it out. You're opening it. There you go. Retreat. Oh! No, he has Blade Fury, right? And he doesn't even want to use it.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And I think they're gonna actually even take this ancient stack. Yeah,
they're not scared of it.
See, that's what this is all about, Avo. I wouldn't be scared to find any ancient stack if I had the power of friendship.
Sure, or if I could like create sand out of my. I don't know where Stratyk makes it, but whatever.
Well, he is the essence of sand. He is everything that Anakin Skywalker hates incarnated.
So Sanking is what the movie Dune is based on.
Well, he's not a sandworm though.
No. But just the planet. The planet is Sanking, right?
No, I don't think so, because there's water in that planet.
I don't really understand the lore of Dune. It was very confusing.
I can tell you don't understand it. It's okay.
Yeah, I don't really know.
No, it's okay, Avo. Just go back to watching the new Star Wars. I know you really liked those.
I do like Star Wars. Yeah, they have they have planets and stuff.
And the Emperor comes back. I understood.
Oh my god. And to be honest though, even the new Star Wars.
That's a big miss on the DNM. They needed something here.
Makes more sense.
They're still gonna get this tower at least, but they would have loved to get that kill. If the remnants needed to set it all up.
I love that Dragon Soul just walks by the remnant, hoping that maybe Chuck jumps me. Maybe he was kind of right, and now he jumped him. Oh my god, I can't believe that blade didn't work out. Dragon Soul, he's gonna die to the Blade Fury. Little Nick, he's still in the sandstorm, so he's kind of fine. They don't have detection. There's the vacuum to put him back into the arena, into the wall. Sorry, only gets pushed out, and the Juggernaut in a similar bad position. DNM has Blade Fury in 3 seconds. He's dead now. It might have been Adam, but Albino Zebra comes in, realizes he is put in a pattern, so it's Nico who has to finish off A and B. Instead, Clockwork, the target, and they try to cancel his TP. They do, but then Kill is dead. Death is the best stun, and a real stun is also a good stun as they cancel both TPs and take down 4 for free. Jug does die, but frankly, you can also play around Nico. I think this is fine.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, especially in the early game, right? He's still farming. And I was wondering where Raza was. So was 5RATFORCESTAFF. He's farming on the bottom side of the map. Had a TP scroll. Didn't decide to show up to that fight. That completes the team wipe. And now up 7K here after the pause are going to be the 5RATs. Little Nick showing off the BOTs. He's all over the place. He is everywhere. There, here, with this way, that way. He's having it his way, basically. Nico now with the defusal, doing plenty of damage.
What?
Like Frank Sinatra. He's doing it his way.
Oh, right, yes. Yeah, I like it. I want it my way. Yeah. Oh, no, sorry. That's not. That's a pop singer.
He didn't. I guess it was kind of pop at the time.
No, I mean, like, I want it my way. Isn't that there's another different song?
Yeah.
Yeah. My Way is a great song, actually. I'm not gonna lie, it's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, it's kind of been
Pretty good
memed on
song.
a little bit recently, which is a shame because it's
Really?
a good song. Yeah.
It is a very good
I mean,
song.
because it's
Yeah,
kind of
Sinatra.
easily memeable, you know?
Yeah.
Like, oh, really?
Sinatra's
You did things your way? Nice. Proud of you.
Right. But back then it meant more, right? Because there was actually a pulling yourself up your bootstraps back then a bit more than now.
Yeah, not anymore. Now,
No,
you
not
know,
really.
you say that and people just shrug. They look at you and they shrug. Mid lane. Oh, can they snipe him?
I think might have banned him. That was a great sharpshooter. Oh my god!
Radiant structures are
Let's see.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. Some of these tips for 5RATFORCESTAFF. You know, Lil Nick and Nico, they tip Giants. Everyone else, they end up tipping AMP.
They do.
Dire's top tower.
You can tell who the veteran Dota player is by the fact that he's immediately tips the enemy. Albino Zebra showing kids how it's done. Guys, tips are not meant to be for congratulating your teammates, guys.
What a sharpshooter,
Come on.
though, by Giant. Holy moly.
That was amazing. You know.
Dire
I mean, he's
are
been a
scanning.
really impressive hoodwink in general. He's still killing the hoodwink spammer. We've seen it a lot in the season, but still impressive when he makes these plays.
Yep.
What a guess as well.
Indeed. And DNM, I mean, just to show you, 5RATs, this is why, this is kind of what separates them from a lot of other teams, is not only can they amass this kind of net worth lead, even to get to the stage we're at now, 9K, is getting pretty one-sided, obviously. But look how far they're playing up. DNM, he's just out here by himself. He's taking advantage of the, well, just the juggernaut, right? The spin, the magic immunity. He knows that they need to basically commit everything to kill him. Dragon trying to TP away. He's going to get that one canceled. Like already has Shard. I didn't know it was that good on Sand King. Thana says he wants to die too.
Yeah, it's still. You go for a shot as soon as possible. In fact, some people are even rushing it before travels. It's just Lil Nick had a really crazy good game, so he could get both right. But yeah, it's very good because it allows you to scale early. It makes you be able to take the dangerous farm. And you make a really good point with the Juggernaut, by the way. Jug, Pango, and Sand King all can take dangerous farm this game, really, for various reasons, right? So they can take turns. That means that they can take over the whole map easily, and Stratyk has a really hard time doing this. And you can see Tiny. I mean, he is pushing technically the right lane, but he's really far out. And this is only because he has no space to farm.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the issues with Darkseer. I always like to bring this up, but the hero takes a lot of space farm, and he moves farm further down the map. He's just going to die here, by the way. Has Surge, but he doesn't make it out.
Yeah, once you get Ags, it changes a little bit because you can just put Ion Show on Cryptar pretty far away, but you're right.
Yeah.
In the beginning especially.
Yeah, but in the early game, it is quite difficult for the rest of your team because you just end up pushing these waves so far away. Process ends up falling here. What's going on? They did catch Nico, but he gets pushed outside the cogs. Quick shot. It's going to close the gap. Ampy as well, back on top of him, but Nico simply back up the high ground with a simple swashbuckle. Pushback only catches Thana. That will basically nuke him down as DNM even joins from his previous push. AMB versus 5 now as he tries to run. Doesn't even catch any hero there. Out of the 5 with the 8th of Remnants, and Lil Nick simply TPs away. They're going for more. They want this tiny mid.
Dire's middle tower.
Can they catch him? The Blink Dagger is available on Lil Nick. I don't know if they know that Dragon Soul went this way. No, they guessed incorrectly. Yeah, okay. So Dragon Soul gets away just barely here. Frankly, domination by 5RATFORCESTAFF. 11K. I mean, I know it's the best team in Division 2 to technically against the worst team, but I wasn't expecting this much of a domination, frankly. We did know the draft was slightly better. I didn't think they would go this badly. The lanes just kind of snowballed out of control, and then it became impossible for Stratyk to play this game. And playing this kind of game with a Tiny that's still trying to go for the farming Tiny build, I think is very questionable. Like, Dragon Soul is now deviating towards the Shadow Blade, which is fair enough, mate. Yeah, that's right. Thank you, AMB. You cannot pause for doors. This is not a pub, my guy. He is the stand-in. He didn't know, so yeah.
So yeah, you get one of those. You get one of those. Albino Zebra and Red 2 are going to knock on the door of Dragon Soul and say knock knock. Open up the door. It's real.
No, he's actually answering the door, right? Oh my god.
Hard to say.
Oh my god. I can't tell, right? It's hard to say if he's actually answering the door or he's just giving up after they attacked him.
Well, they're gonna give the kill to Lil Nick. Not sure. Not really sure what happened there, to be honest.
Radiant are
Bottom,
scanning.
they are hunting for DNM though. This is promising. Oh, hookshot and whiffed though. You need that. Let's cancel the spin TP. Oh, but Soulbind is here at least. Lil Nick as well. Up in his own Yule Scepters. They actually get the kill onto DNM. That's 390 gold in pocket of the Darkseer. There's now Lil Nick. He's to be dusted immediately as he tries to cover himself in sand, but Nico in with tons of damage there off the Diffusal Blade jump. Kel's going to dive the creep wave. Sharpshooter this time dodged by Raza. Number Red 2 easily closes the gap there and makes it 4 for 1. Once again, they lose DNM, but the rest of 5RATs are going to basically slam the door shut on the rest of Stratyk.
Yep. I mean, if you're Stratyk, your only options are trying to get the Jug when he's going for a dangerous farm. Pango and Zanking are much taller orders. Jug is a possible kill, especially if he messes up a little bit with a Blade Fury or whatever, like we kind of saw there. But it still isn't enough to recover you, especially because 5RATFORCESTAFF can just at any point swap the win condition from Jug to the Pango and it works just fine. Yeah, no Coddle, but it's okay. Pango deals a crazy amount of damage anyway. Vital Zebra, by the way, I think he's kind of setting up for a kill here. Nico joins. We don't have Rolling Thunder though, and then Banana, maybe Nico bit up a bit more than he could chew. They have to leave the Baton back. Nico, he was backing down to the low ground. That was a great sharpshooter. Thana, he's dead. The other swashbuckle. And so Pango's capable of making it out of here alive. Dragon Soul, he's also gonna die. And in fact, Dragon Soul might have just trolled his teammate as Kartankele gets a Sanking thrown onto him. As a result, dies quicker.
Pulsating second.
LA Mana Banana. Yeah, they're both gonna fall. That was really bad. Bushwhack even hits the Grimstroke. They're thinking of Rolling Thundering onto him. They decide maybe Raza could get the chance to live. Bushwhack not available though, so the Acorn shot, even though it gave vision, is not enough to kill him.
Yeah, that's the swashbuckle slash range in its true power right there from Nico. Some pretty bonkers range. He's going to pig pull up and find himself a DD rune for his trouble. Could be Roche if they feel like it. They do feel like it. They go through this relatively quickly between a Jug and the Curse of Furnace. There's still a ward here, so yeah, they still see Thana, and with the DD rune, Nico's got plenty of damage. Didn't even need the swashbuckle.
DNM is going to go for Blink, which I guess will help him escape these fights earlier, by the way. With this Roche, he should have it, so we'll see what the impact is in the next team fight. Albino Zebra just acting as a front right now. He has lost his save, though. Or Strike, Lil Nick at least stops the darks here, but they have lost Albino Zebra. Lil Nick, don't walk through the wall. No, Lil Nick, no. No. You start to sandstorm. Okay. That's the whole point. And with the Bushwhack plus the Burst Strike, yeah, you stack the stuns, but Dragon Soul's still in trouble. As DNM has the shard, Surge is not going to save him. And then the Omni Slash onto a Void Spirit, who still has to assimilate. But it's okay, because they wanted to force that out, and now they just kill him. Hook shot. As his desperate attempt to try to save A and B, but instead Thana. I think he killed himself there. Yep, I'm gonna see it there. So does he? I thought for a second he had the leash talent, which is ridiculously stupid with a Pango, but no.
Oh yeah.
I realize he's level 9.
Nope, that's a level 20 talent, my friend. Oh, top lane.
No, I know.
He almost get Kurtenkel. He might die to Caustic. Yep. I think he died there to the blink damage on Epicenter,
yeah.
But still.
Well, Caustic doesn't deal damage.
What you found laying around.
It just slows down.
Top tower is under attack.
The mini explosion got taken away a while back.
Radiant's top
Are they gonna go for
tower
Roche
has
again? I mean, you don't really need to. I'm not gonna lie, but I guess it's the right play. There we go. We got Blink Dagger now on DNM. Now they can play even more aggressive. And the Nick is going for the. Oh, I thought it was gonna be the Strength Blink, seeing the Reaver, but it's a full-on heart.
We can still make the buy.
Alright. And B is gonna be caught here by the sharpshooter. GG is called.
Yep.
There we go.
There we go. Just trying to snatch the Aegis, you know, make it to the highlight reel. And this time, as it's kind of a game to forget. 7-43, 23k net worth lead in 23 minutes. 5RATs, 1 game away now at this stage.